So hey loves, and welcome back to my channel. Hi, my name is Kelechi mgbemena, just in case you guys are seeing me for the first time. And on this channel we are focused on helping female creatives build and grow their influence as well as their online brand through content, hence why we are talking about becoming an influencer today. So in this video we're going to be covering everything relating to becoming an influencer, what it really means to be an influencer, how to be an influencer, and the step-by-step process to becoming an influencer. So if you're someone who is starting off, then this video is definitely for you. If you're interested, then definitely do keep on watching, and let's start. So I want to really talk about becoming an influencer or being an influencer in 2020. I really want to clarify this influencer thing just so you guys can really understand what it means before you go into it. Again, I'm Kelechi mgbemena and I do have a bachelor's degree in marketing. Influencer is influencer marketing, so I kind of really know what I'm talking about. So yeah, before we get started, let's just clarify what this influencer thing really means so you can understand it before we proceed to what you can do to become one in 2020. Okay, so before we start, I really want to give you a clear understanding of the true value of an influencer, what an influencer really means and what their roles are, how to get there as well. I know now in 2020, when people think of influencers, they think of people who have or have created a perfect life, a flamboyant life, people who have lots of money, people who travel the world, people who have luxury items, luxury cars. Guys, that doesn't equate to who an influencer is. Those are like the rewards that comes after being an influencer, after putting in the hard work, after growing that influence. Again, all of that, the lifestyle doesn't equate to being an influencer. Influencers hold a lot of value because they deal with people and they're people-centric. I really want to say this, having 1 million followers or subscribers on social media doesn't make you an influencer. I mean, it can make you a celebrity or it can make you famous, but it doesn't make you an influencer. So I don't want to give you guys the dictionary or the internet definition because I am an influencer and I kind of have that experience and I kind of have that understanding. But I really want to give you guys a clear understanding, bringing it down to layman terms so you guys can understand what being an influencer is or who an influencer is. So from my own understanding, from my own perception, from my own knowledge, an influencer is someone who has created, who has grown or probably still growing a community of like-minded people based on trust, and someone who also understands that community and is able to communicate effectively to that community in a way that it triggers a response or an action. And I want you guys to take note of my own definition, and I want you to really highlight or see some of the keywords that I included in my own definition, because some of these keywords kind of create a foundation to becoming an influencer. Some of them are trust, community, communicate, understand, response, or action, right? Yeah, and I also want to point out that being an influencer, yeah, it's not all about you. It's not all about me. It's about the people that trust you, right? So you need to be very intentional because it's not all about what you want or what you need. It's more about what you can give and how you can help and how you can inspire. It's people-centric, so you need to have that orientation going into it. An influencer carries people along. An influencer is a leader. An influencer is someone who puts people first for themselves. And that's how I see it, right? That's how you think. So if you're putting people first before yourself, you're thinking of, oh, what would my audience like? Obviously, what wouldn't they like? You know that community you built, right? So you're leading that community, you're inspiring that community, and you're marketing to that community as well. As an influencer, you are a brand, you are a powerhouse, you are a force. And I mean it. So knowing the true value of who an influencer is and what it means to be one is something that you must understand before you dive into it, so you don't go into it for the wrong reasons because of what people are portraying it to be. I'm giving you guys raw, undiluted, unsprinkled definition and understanding and meaning to what it means to be an influencer in 2020. If you leave me, I would keep rambling on what it is and what it is not. I want to move on to how you can actually become an influencer in 2020. I want to share with you guys the steps towards becoming an influencer and what you need to do to become an influencer. So I just want to start off by saying that becoming an influencer is a process. Like I said, becoming. It is an ongoing process. There is no end to it, except you put an end by yourself, but there is no end to it. However, there is a start to it, and that's what I'm going to be talking about now. How to start, what you need to do, what you need to have, skills, all of that. That's what I'm going to be covering right now. So grab your pen, grab your barrel, get a drink, and let's start. All right, so first path to becoming an influencer in 2020, or an influencer whenever you're watching this, is to clarify your niche. That is to identify your value point and to be knowledgeable about that niche. And I'm saying it with so much passion and I'm saying it with so much force. You need to know your niche and you need to be knowledgeable about it. If possible, be a master at it, right? So for example, if you want to be an influencer, you need to know what industry or what aspect of influencing do you want to focus on. Let's say you want to be a beauty influencer. I'm a beauty influencer. Now you know your niche, you know that okay, you are a beauty influencer. Then you need to be knowledgeable about it, because if you don't know what you're trying to inspire people, how would they be inspired by that? You need to be consistently improving yourself. So if you're in beauty, know what the trends are, because people are following you because they need to know what's happening. What's a new product? What are your thoughts? What's happening? How do I do this? Be eager to continuously advance in that area and potentially become an authority. Be a master at your craft. Be a master. Okay, so where did we stop? So after you have identified what kind of influencer you want to be and you're gaining knowledge on that niche, to be exact, the next step is to create valuable and consistent content. That for me is the beginning of your journey. Like that is I am here, look at me, this is who I am. It's telling the world that this is who you are and this is what you're willing and you're ready to give. So create consistent and valuable content. Create value. And that is a message I want to pass on this year. And it's a message I'm telling myself. It's value, value, value. Value in a sense that it would change or transform someone's life. It doesn't have to be 360 transformation. Give me content that would add value to my life. Share with me value, transformational value, inspirational value, and impactful value. Okay, we done? Are we cool? We okay? All right, so let's move on to another tip or another step. So the third one for me has to be to gain trust and credibility. Guys, now think of your community and your influence as a relationship with your boyfriend or your girlfriend, right? If the foundation of your relationship is not rooted in trust, that relationship will not work. And I'm saying that because you're dating someone and you don't trust the person, you're always going to be like, where are you? You're lying. I don't trust you. I don't believe you. And if you don't have that trust with your community, it means that even if you say A, people would not believe you're A. And if people don't believe you and cannot take actions based on what you said, it means you don't have an influence. And that is just it, plain. If people don't trust you, then you don't have an influence. So what I like to tell myself sometimes is that you need to trust yourself for people to trust you, right? And for you to trust yourself, it means that you have to be true to yourself. Be very true to yourself. That way, when you're true to yourself, it's easy for you to trust yourself, and then it's easy for people to trust you. So another point I want to touch on is to be authentic. Hey, to be your authentic self. You need to Good. The worst thing you can do as someone who is creating a personal brand is to base your brand on someone else, right? Because there's something so special, there is something so you about you that stands out, right? So if you are an influencer, you are automatically a brand. Be your brand. Have a personal brand that represents you, right? Be true to yourself, be authentic. If you have an accent that is Nigerian, be true to that. If you have big eyes, be true to that. If you have big head, be true to that. Because there's no one else in this world that will have those things that you have, the features you have, the voice you have, the eyes you have, the lips you have. Be authentic, be true to yourself, accept yourself for who you are, and use that as your selling point. Again, use that as your selling point. And I'm going to say it again, use that as your selling point. Thank me later. In summary, being authentic is just not being a copycat. It's being you, and by being you, automatically you're standing out. Just have that idea. Be you, be authentic, be original, and thrive on that. Okay? So another point that I want to touch on is to create a relationship and a connection with your community. So if you're someone who is trying to be an influencer in 2020, or you are an influencer already, I would definitely advise you to be someone who is relatable, or try and be relatable, or create a relationship, or connect with people that you are communicating with, your audience, your community. And this for me is a clear difference between celebrities and influencers. Celebrities are here, influencers can be here, right? Influencers are here sometimes, but they also can be here because they can come down to your level, and that is based on relationship, right? If you ask me a question, I'm answering you. You DM me, I'm answering you. We're talking in the comment section. I know some of you guys by names. Funny enough, we're conversing. You're suggesting content for me to suggest, for me to create. By the way, if you've reached up to now, comment down below what other content you want me to create relating to this. I'll be more than happy to do that. You're suggesting content, I'm creating that content. Like, there is some sort of relationship between us, so I like to believe. However, with celebrities, they are usually just here. If that makes sense. I should just say it's hard to reach them. So it's really hard to reach there. It's really hard to create a relationship right there. So yeah, you have to have a relationship. You need to be relatable. All right, so my next point is to be able to empower people. And I know the word empower is such a mighty word. Like, it's such a strong word, but empowerment comes in different shapes, sizes, forms. As long as you're impacting someone's life positively in a way that it uplifts them from where they used to be to where they are trying to get to. For me, for instance, I'm trying to help female creatives like me who are starting off, who don't know how to create their studio settings, edit, film, social media, influencer, all of that. And that is my goal. I'm trying to get you from the startup point to where you're getting or where you want to be. And by doing that, I'm empowering you with the knowledge. Like this video, I'm empowering you with the know-how, with the tools, with the tips, and with the tricks, and with the strategies as well. That is something you need to do. Is to just figure out how to uplift people in a way that they come to you feeling down or lost, and they leave feeling uplifted and found, right? I don't want to go to someone's Instagram page and leave there crying and hating my life and thinking I'm a failure. If I do that and that person is an influencer, it means that that person has failed as an influencer. I need to walk into your page and feel like, damn, I'm learning something from you. Like, you're giving me consistent and valuable content. You're giving me something that is impacting my life. Even if it's your caption, your words, what you're saying, it's lifting me up. It's making me feel better about myself. and it's giving me a positive vibe, and by doing that I'm feeling empowered. That way I'm more than likely I'm gonna come back to your page, and I want to keep coming back, and by coming back I trust you. By coming back, there's a community there already. So try as much as possible to empower people, okay? Don't make them hate themselves, don't make them cry, okay? All right, so my last point is something that I feel like can be applied across all walks of life, and that for me is to be patient, right? You cannot be an overnight influencer. It's a process, right? It's a process. A lot of things that need to be put in place before you get there. You need to have a community, you need to have people that will trust you, and you can't win trust overnight. You need to build that momentum. You need to be patient with that. Whether you're doing this, whether you're doing, you're in school, whether you are looking for a job, whether you are, whatever you're doing, as long as you have put all that I've talked about in place, as long as you have a niche, you're creating valuable content, you have trust, you have a community, you are relatable, you're empowering people, you're influencing, you're impacting, you're inspiring people, you're motivating people. It's just a matter of time before you get there, because like I said again, it is a process. Do not be in a hurry, don't rush it. Take your time, build it, bake it, and let it just be amazing and be tough, okay? So I think that is it for this video. Again, hi guys, I'm Kelechi Mgbemena, and what I do here is that I'm trying to help female creatives who are just starting off. I'm trying to help them create, build, and grow their influence as well as their online brand through content. I love content. I'm obsessed with content, and I'm going to be sharing with you guys all of my tips and tricks with creating content and leveraging that profitably. That's what I'm going to be talking about. That's a mouthful. Yeah, so subsequently in my video, I'm going to be sharing you guys other tips. So yeah, if that sounds like something you might be interested in, let me know down in the comment section what you guys would like me to talk about. I've already gone through some of your suggestions from my previous videos, and I've written them down. Okay, it's not here, but I've written them down, and I have a couple of suggestions for lenses, beginner cameras, lighting, audio, working with brands, and a couple more topics that you guys have suggested. I've written them down, so hopefully this month I'm going to be uploading, I think 4 or 3 times every week. I'm trying to be as consistent as I can this year, because I'm just so optimistic about this, and I'm actually liking this new vibe, this new value that I'm trying to create here on my channel. I feel like I'm doing something that I'm supposed to do. I don't know, but yeah, that's just me. Let me know what your thoughts are down in the comment section. If this video was helpful, let me know as well. Give me a thumbs up, comment down in the comment section, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Before you leave, make sure you stay fabulous and you stay blessed. Bye guys.